Hey y'all, this is Soul Train, and now we're talking How to Mika 101 Part 2. If you haven't watched the first video, please go do that by clicking here. Let's get rolling. Where are we going? Oh yeah. The corner. As Mika, your underlying thought should always be, how can I push him into the corner and wreck more face? Why? Because once Mika gets them there, she has some incredible options that will quickly tack off 50 to 70% of the opponent's life, and it's almost a guaranteed stun. Let's break it down. So here's an example of what not to do. Why would you throw them out? Just know which way your command grabs go. The Typhoon goes back, the Brimstone goes forward. Each command grab will throw the opponent just shy of full screen. You see here the Brimstone takes them approximately 50 small squares in training mode. So once you land just one of these, assumedly in the right direction, you're good to go. So applying that with an actual combo, you get to jump in, typical Irish whip, back up to the kick, oh, nope, we reset, and bam, they're in the corner. And once you get them there, that's when you can lay out the pain train and just let Mika rock. So, what are her options when in the corner, and why is she so good there? First, because she has incredible, close range only normals that you should use and abuse on meaty, mix-ups, frame traps, whatever. Second, Mika's command grabs, like any grapplers, are fantastic in the corner, with tick throw setups like this one, just laying waste to the opponent's options. That's not even the best. Check this out. Irish whip when close to the corner, and use the crouching heavy punch like that, can create an instant and almost unseeable cross-up. This creates a nasty 50-50, and it's incredibly easy to do. Just hit crouching heavy punch right away if you want to cross up, and delay it half a beat if you don't want to cross up. That's it. You could try to do this infinitely, but don't, because a good opponent will catch on, and you're only at about +3 after that crouching heavy punch, and this may change, of course, in the future. Instead, use this as a way to finish off the opponent or max out their stun gauge, intentionally, not as your bread and butter. Speaking of bread and butters, Mika's definitely got some basic corner combos that I want to show you. The first of these is the highest damage one I could find. Start with your typical medium punch to Irish whip forward, fully charge your heavy kick into wingless airplane. EX or not, both will connect. Again, this is the damage, sort of your combo ender if you want. Second is something I stole directly from Combo Fiend. Irish whip again, straight into the corner, but instead not come up with forward heavy punch, reset with crouching medium punch into your command grab. This is just mean. And since it is a grab, you can do this into your critical art. Ugh, it's just nasty. Knock him up, reset, bam. Oh man, butt to face. Blech. Poor Ken. Please don't feel like you have to reset every single time. Instead, don't be afraid to back off. Give them a little bit of space. Bait out those DPs. Here, since the wingless airplane sets you on the other side of the opponent, I jump over to reset it, and then respace back out for the perfect distance to threaten with the dropkick. Except it's harder for the opponent to space around this time because they're in the corner. So, with our mix-ups, show an example of two of these together. I mess up here, and I'll show you what that means later, but our basic side cross-up, Irish whip them back into the corner, knock them up into the air, and back into the combo from reset. Note the stun gauge, it's almost full. If I'd linked that medium punch in the beginning and hit it after the cross-up, it would have stunned after just one reset. And then if we add that damaging combo after the stun, that's about 90% of the opponent's life. In a kill, if you have critical art, or maybe even V-trigger. I'll have to look into that later. Once in the corner and on wake up, the opponent is really screwed here. A meaty medium punch from Mika is already a frame trap because you have an advantage on block with it, and can lead to combos. And baiting reversals is really easy. Actually input your command throw, and hold back for just a second as they wake up, then tap the kick button. You'll block if they DP, and you'll grab them if they block. It's great. Of course, you can then punish the jump. Wingless airplane is actually very safe, at least if you use the heavier EX versions. And of course, there's so much more. This is just the beginning. Improvise yourself, throw in some tick throws, frame traps, etc. But most of all, have a blast dominating face with Mika. Alright, and now finally, part 5, V skill and V trigger. Mika's V-skill / trigger are so well designed for her character and perfectly synergized with her as a whole. Hit both medium attack buttons and Mika whips out a microphone. Her V gauge rises about 1/5 of a bar when you use it, and then per each dust cloud that comes out. It has 1 hit of armor as long as she is holding the microphone, but even better, while she is talking, she buffs the damage on all of her throws. This includes your normal throw, wingless airplane, both command grabs, and even your critical art. The charge starts at level 1, but then when you see a dust cloud, as you see here, damage levels rise. Now there is also great combo potential here. If you hit them with the microphone when you throw it, you can link into other normals. I didn't get much footage of this, but I'm sure that's something we can test in the next beta. Finally, this definitely has some application towards wake-up pressure, at least using the microphone throw on a meaty wake-up. Again, I need to test frame advantage here, but let's look at those damage buffs. This is all done testing with her heavy Typhoon, that's her punch command grab, and the 0 is just without any use of the V trigger here. Level 1 is when you immediately let go, and level 2 is when you see that first dust cloud. 2 things I want to point out here. First, that the level 2 / the first dust cloud you see comes out almost immediately after you pull out the microphone. In fact, that first dust cloud comes out roughly around 50 frames after you hit the initial V skill. Aim for this primarily. Secondarily, you can aim for the 4th dust cloud, because that comes out almost right after the 3rd. Finally, know that your charge is lost first if you whiff or hit with a grab, doesn't matter what kind, or Mika gets hit. The charge does stay, however, on block. So, what does all this mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. See, there are 3 purposes to your V skill. 1, build for your V trigger and buff damage on your throws. No one wants to face the pressure of a fully V-triggered Mika with a hugely buffed critical art. Second, then, the V-skill forces opponents to approach in some way, and when approaching, Mika can then counter with a great frame data. Finally, it is a potential combo starter, as well as we said, there's also some potential there with the meaty wake-up attack. Once she has V-trigger, Mika can instantly apply pressure on the opponents and get in. This here should be a terrified Vega. Why? Because at some point, Nadeshiko is going to fly in with a dropkick from an unknown side of the screen. This can make for some deadly mix-ups, pressure, and combo extensions. So first, let's talk about how you make Nadeshiko fly in from different places. Well, if you just hit both the heavy attack buttons, Nadeshiko will fly in from above. However, to make her fly in from the right side, just hold right when you hit both buttons, and to make her fly in from the left, hit left. It's that simple. It is easy for Nadeshiko to whiff if you're an idiot about it. Just don't send her in from the left when the opponent is at the right, unless you're close enough for a block string. More on that in a second. Next, you can change from one of 2 timings. Just tap the heavy attack buttons and Nadeshiko flies in almost instantly, and if you hold the buttons instead, Nadeshiko will take about 3 seconds to fly in. Note that she will always fly in even if Mika is hit. This can be invaluable in a tense situation. So let's talk mix-ups, and one of the most basic is a simple side switch. Whenever you're near the opponent, summon Nadeshiko and then use that wingless airplane to flip over them. Instant cross-up. But even better, let's use this as a cancel. Currently, you can cancel in the V-trigger from any normal. Let's show that again, but in the potential if the opponent blocks. Here we cancel that standing heavy punch lag to get out safely, threaten with a cross-up Nadeshiko, and then combo into the wingless airplane. Although, none of the normal wingless airplanes work. Instead, only the EX version will work here. Either way, even if you don't go for it, you still do get some free damage and a nice little setup on Wake Up. Oh, and you'll have to be more creative in the corner because this setup doesn't quite work there. With that promised hitbox, V-trigger creates some incredible pressure on the opponent. When you combine that with Mika's command grab, nastiness happens. Be creative here, experiment. There's so many possible applications. Here, V-trigger wins me the match. I call it, calling her in long, and he's scared, so I throw him into the corner. Now he's screwed, so I go for my frame trap, and bam, out he goes. Alright, quick review. So, V-trigger can first be used for quick mix-ups. You make that a cross-up, a frame trap, etc. But almost more importantly, it can be used to instantly create a pressure situation for the opponent where you force them to guess. Are you going to grab them, attack, frame trap? When you use V-trigger, the opponent should be terrified. And finally, V-trigger can be used as a combo extension. And while we didn't go into it as much here, be creative, explore on your own. Know that there's some great potential in using the delayed Nadeshiko to help you connect moves that would otherwise never connect. Have some fun with that on your own, and tell me what you get. Otherwise, that's all for today. I know there's a ton we didn't dive into here, but my hope here is that this video at least sped up your learning process with Mika, or even better, inspired you to expand this. Create bigger and better things. Whatever happens, let me know what you find. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.